All righty. I'm off on you. Yeah, go ahead. Book with a statement. We'll review it at the end and we'll debate the questions.
Yeah, so I said yesterday, I came across feeling really good. I thought we did some very, very positive things in that game yesterday. I thought we were, even though the numbers may not show it, I thought we did a great job on Trace. It sure wasn't as easy for him as it was in the first game. I thought that they hit a couple of tough shots, and I think there's the thing for us now is to learn how to win possessions. We had a possession or two where it's a bad shot, or we don't run anything, or it's not get on the floor for a loose ball, and or gain an offensive rebound. We missed an opportunity for a couple of charges, and those things add up in one possession games, especially on the road. Missed a couple blockouts, and I think those are the little things that we've we get cut back door just because we lose sight of our man. Little things that in a close game you can't make those mistakes. And obviously, we don't want to foul a jump shooter. We had a turnover late, but again, it's Matthew was terrific. Was as good a player as I've seen all year yesterday. Raised his game to another level, and but I thought we got tons of positives. I loved Ty, what he's been able to do. He hadn't practiced all week, got it up through that. I thought Luke Goode was exceptional. Had a three just 2/3 of the way down and falls out. That would have moved it to 5, but I thought Brandon Lieb coming in did a nice job. So I like everything but the outcome, and in a great environment and a heck of a college basketball game, and we just we gotta finish those things off.
Hey, Brad, obligatory have to ask Terrence Shannon update. Anything new with him?
Just in the protocol, to be honest, I don't know anything different today than I did 2 days ago. Everything is the many steps that we have layered up here through, our concussion protocol. So don't know anything new at this time. Everything is status quo as it was 2 days ago.
Did he practice today? And if what is you? Yeah,
we'll determine what that looks like. Again, it's just the steps. I don't even know all the steps. There, we've got our training staff and our medical staff handle all of that stuff. So he obviously didn't travel with us to Bloomington yesterday, but we'll see what today brings.
What'd you see out of your team without him out there?
A very, very cohesive team that was fighting for a downed, being a man down. I saw a lot of guys raise their game. I saw a lot of guys that, to think we're at the point with Matt where he's playing 36, 37 minutes in a game, when he couldn't play 6 when he got here. I thought it was just, the best game Luke's played, and Luke does so many things right. He's never out of position, and that helped. And I thought we got great contributions from everybody, and probably should have played Sincere a little more. He had an impact on the game defensively, but I like I said, that's why I feel so good. It's the most calming feeling I've had all year with this team after that game.
Thanks, Brad.
I guess maybe as a follow-up to that, just when you said yesterday you hadn't been a bigger believer in this team, was it just cumulative of what all they did? Was there one thing that pushed it over the top that had you feeling like that?
You know, it's just that there's been little things that we haven't done, that young teams haven't done, and we're still not doing it at the elite level yet. But man, we made some major strides and did some, you know, some very, very good things. And, you know, you lose 18 points a game, and you know, to see guys step into those roles and, you know, just make a layup here or there, or get a loose ball here or there. And all of a sudden, you know, that was that the level of that game was that of a, you know, Sweet 16, Elite 8 level, and on the road in front of a packed house. And just not, the moment wasn't too much for us, but we did a lot of really, really, really good things over the course of 40 minutes. And when the other team has the best player in the country on their team, and you know, he still had a day, and yet we kind of withstood it. So I felt really good about just all the little things that we're doing. Your beard does look good, by the way.
Thank you. I mean, I suppose as a coaching staff, you never know maybe when that moment's going to hit you, when you start seeing those things. Just, I mean, what are you looking for, maybe, when you know, okay, this team might be ready to take that next step?
You know, I mean, it's a really hard question to answer. It's more a feeling. It's more the cohesive, the not making mistakes, the, you know, being able to get into little things, seeing guys in gaps, seeing guys jump into the ball. You know, it's a little play. Jaden Epps, you know, coming over the back, you know, from the backside, he should have stole it. Instead, he deflected it out of bounds. We haven't been making those plays. And, you know, to understand we're riding Matt's coattails. You know, we ran a lot of actions to Matt. And that's the way it has to be. It's no different than what we did Iowa when the game was on the line. And for guys to understand that, and we got to continue to grow with that. And, you know, to see Dane get angry and nasty and mean. And I mean, the post up where he just kind of jumped up and almost backward dunked it. I mean, that's tremendous growth. That's what I want out of him. Not 3 possessions, but 43 possessions. And, you know, it's just little things like that. It's accumulation. As uneasy as I was after the Texas win, it's the calmest I've been in a long, long time in terms of, you know, the feeling of the pieces, you know, with 9 new guys coming in, and even when we played without Terrence, it's just I've had a really good feeling about it.
I guess maybe if I do one more follow up. Just, you mentioned, you know, uneasiness after Texas, and I know you made quite a few changes after that. Just what did you feel was off at that point, even after, you know, a win of that caliber?
Sustainability, accountability. You know, there's just so many little things that I knew we couldn't continue down that path. Our team wasn't, we weren't, that wasn't going to get us where we wanted to go and do that on a night in and night out basis. And it was just, got us some wins, but, you know, over the long haul, I just, you know, especially on the defensive side.
Okay. Thanks, Brad.
Brad, I guess kind of with Ty, it seems like he's showcased more and more offensively in terms of his skill set over the last couple of weeks. What's been, I guess, your process of having that role either expand or give him more responsibility over the past couple of weeks as he kind of gets acclimated?
Yeah, you know, the thing, and I keep saying this about Ty, is he's got a mature way about him in terms of understanding what the process is. And it's never been a panic situation with him when he wasn't practicing very good early in the year, or wasn't playing as much, or you know, it was just him biding his time. And he spends a ton of time in the gym. He works as hard as anybody. And you know, everybody does this at I'm going to use the word mature, or grows at a different rate. And for him, his versatility was something that scared me, because you want to give versatile guys a lot. And yet as a freshman, you can't give him too much. And now he's he understands one or two spots, and now we can put him on the ball and play the point, which we did last night when they had race guarded him. We ran a couple actions where we got him into switches, a la Pickett, at Penn State, where he's, got some post ups. We're running it into the half play to him, because he makes such good decisions. And it's unfortunate he had strep throat and 103-degree fever for a couple of days, and we really didn't get to define that in some workouts, but some of those actions. But he's just growing. He's confident. He's been really patient.
And then with Luke, how valuable is it for him to, conditioning wise, be where he's at a week after maybe being cleared to be able to play 23 minutes?
It's a tribute. Paul Schmidt, Adam Fletcher, our new technology, our new building, to him, to be in not necessarily great basketball shape, but good enough shape that you can actually practice. And you just don't, sit idle for 4 months and then all of a sudden jump into a college basketball practice. And he was ready to go. And I mean, his work ethic and his approach was great. It takes a few games to, get your body hit and run up and down the court in a game and fans in front of it and feel the adrenaline. But Luke does so many little things, and Luke is unbelievable in terms of, he doesn't demand the ball. He's going to be what he is. He's going to be a guy that's going to get, have some big nights because he can really shoot it. But, one of the great things last night is, they literally face guarded him. And they're hovering over him in the, that creates great space for everybody else. So his value, he gets guys in the huddles. He's a calming effect. Luke does a lot of things that don't show up in a stat sheet.
Thanks, Brad.
Hey, Brad, for a reference point, when was the last time, maybe after a loss, that you felt like this? Like, is there anything in your past that kind of sticks out as having this feeling?
Oh, it's probably been since Oklahoma State. From that this team's so different because, first couple of years we just weren't very good, and there was moments for different reasons there, but this is 9 new guys. I don't think that, we've been so old for 2 or 3 years and so many, just little details that we just did because we were old, and to get these guys to do that, man, excites me. It's been a long time, it's like taking over at Oklahoma State at year 1, and you got a whole new team, and they were old, older anyway. But it's been a while. It's been a while. I don't know if I have I felt good last night, and I never feel good after a loss. But I'm like, okay, now I get it. Now I think we're heading in the right direction.
And you knew, like you said, with 9 new guys, there's going to be some ups and downs and variances. But as this has gone through, what's that been like for you to understand kind of the in the moment, but also you're aware of the big picture?
Yeah, it's not easy for me because I'm an everyday guy. I want to get better every day. I want it to be perfect, and it takes patience, which is something I'm not long on. But yet you never lose sight of one. I've always believed this team can be a really, really good basketball team, and we haven't had our whole piece. We haven't had the sum of our parts. We haven't had, realistically. There was a lot of games we didn't have Matt first semester, even though he played in them, not where he was to his level, without Luke, without, and I know that happens in a season, but, RJ's had a tough go of it. And realistic, Coleman is the only veteran. And everybody else is just brand spanking new and doesn't know anything about Illinois basketball. And so I knew there was going to be some ups and downs. But I know the character of the locker room. So I know how hard they work. I know how connected they are, how much they like each other. And it's just a matter of freshmen have to grow up, and we're playing a lot of them, and understand, and new guys have to understand. And, you got to, it's just the newness of it was going to cause a lot of this.
And then if I could get one more, after RJ's shot kind of went in and out, Matt was the first one over there to embrace him. I guess, what's that tell you about the chemistry that you guys have right now in a tough moment for Matt to kind of have that awareness to go over there?
That's so awesome, man. That's what this thing's about. If there's nothing else that should make people ever doubt Matthew Meyer as a teammate, that should be run front and center. Secondly, it's the right basketball play Matt made. They ran at him. They made a really bad play, to be very honest, running at him. And then to throw the ball to a guy who, to be very honest, has struggled a little bit. Matt didn't even blink. It was the right play. He knew it. I hollered overtime right from the bench because I thought he would make that shot. And you know what? Just doggone it, he didn't. But to go see that hug and you're going to be fine next time, man, that's when, as a coach, I know I've got our group in the right direction. And it's late February, and we can screw up a lot of things, but you can never screw up that. And man, when you got that chemistry and arguably your best player is giving the ball up and making the right basketball play, and it didn't go down, damn, I'll live with that every single day.
Thank you, Brad.
Brad, I just had a quick follow-up, more big picture, but transfers, we had a couple of years here of the portal, and you've had guys come in and be role players, guys come in and be stars for you this year, and you have three of the highest impact guys making an impact in transfer-wise in the Big Ten. What is the key to getting that to work?
Communication. I think it's really about that. I think there's honesty. I don't think that either one of or any of these three would tell you anything different. I mean, we've told them what their role had to be and how it was going to be maybe different than from where they've been and what was expected of them. Last year, same with Plummer. And then it's the right pieces of the puzzle, putting them together, and their character speaks volume. They all get along great, but I just think it's communication and letting them know exactly what the expectation is. We had a great idea of they understand winning. We had a great idea of who they were as players anyway. They're not guys that it's a crapshoot because they're making a big jump up a level. They've all been at this level, so we were pretty in depth. Staff did a great job. We were pretty in depth with our background and in terms of knowing these guys.
And I imagine that's their successes is a good thing moving forward for your sell to any future transfers.
I would sure hope so. I think that's something that, we've been able to, at least throw out there these guys as examples of, okay, you come to Illinois and, you know, here's where your career can go. Here's what your season can look like. And, yeah, we'd be very foolish if we didn't use that. It's going to be something that's important. We're always going to be selective in who and what, but, yeah, I would sure hope so.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to have to go ahead and wrap it up so we can get it to film into practice. Thank you all. Appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.